Hello everyone, this is the InStyle Knitting Studio. In this lesson, we will get acquainted with slip stitches when knitting with needles. They are also called elongated. A slip stitch is a stitch transferred from the left needle to the right without being knitted. There are two types of slipped stitches, short, 1 or 2 rows high, and long, 4 to 6 rows high. Patterns with slip stitches are thicker and fluffier. If different colors are used, a shock knitting effect can be achieved. A stitch can be slipped as purl or as knit. A stitch slipped as purl does not twist, while a stitch slipped as knit twists and becomes crossed. By default, unless the instructions state otherwise, stitches are slipped as purl. Let's knit a short elongated stitch, and we will slip it as purl. I cast on 10 stitches on the needle. In the first row, I will knit with regular classic knit stitches. In the middle of the row, I will slip a stitch onto the right needle. Here's where I will slip the stitch. That is, I insert the right needle into the stitch from right to left. Just like when knitting purl, the working yarn can be either in front of the work or behind the work. It will be behind the work for me, and I slip onto the right needle without knitting. Next, I continue knitting according to the pattern. I have classic knit stitches, and I turn the work. Here, I will knit purl stitches until I reach our slipped stitch. Here is our slipped stitch. I will work it as a purl through the front loop. Next, I continue knitting according to the pattern. I have a purl stitch. That is, in the first row, we slip the stitch as when knitting a purl stitch. So, with the right needle, moving from right to left, and in the second row, we knit the slipped stitch through the front loop. Now let's try to slip the stitch in the center of our row as knit. I will knit to the middle of the row with classic knit stitches. Now, I will slip our stitch as knit. That is, I insert the right needle into the stitch from left to right, as when knitting a knit stitch, and transfer the stitch to the right needle. The yarn is behind the work. Next, I knit the usual classic knit stitches, and I will turn the work. Here again, I will knit classic purl stitches until we reach our slipped stitch. Here is our slipped stitch. The yarn is in front of the work right here. And we will knit this slip stitch as a purl, also a classic purl, but we will knit through the back loop. Here is the back loop. We can see that it goes a bit closer to the right needle. Like this, I insert the needle and knit. The classic purl through the back loop. Next, we knit according to the pattern. We will turn the work again. In the knit row, we will slip it like a knit stitch. I will knit to the middle of the row, and here we will slip our stitch like a knit. That is, as we did in the previous version, we slipped it normally as the stitch is on the needle. So we moved it to the right. Here, however, we slip it like a knit, meaning we cross our stitch. Accordingly, from the purl side, we also need to cross it and knit through the back loop. Here, we will reach our slipped stitch, Here is our slipped stitch. The yarn is in front of the work this time. The yarn should always be on the purl side. Here is our slipped stitch. We see that this wall, which is farther from us, the back wall, is closer to the right needle. Therefore, we will knit a classic purl through the back wall. It turns out that in the knit row, we cross the stitch. That means, in the purl row, we also cross it. In the first version, we slipped it as a purl, meaning we moved the stitch in a usual way. Accordingly, from the purl side, we also knit a regular purl through the front wall. This is how it looks. I will knit a few rows this way and show you what I get. Here, I have knitted a few rows. In the knit rows I slipped stitches as knits, and in the purl rows I knitted the classic purl through the back loop. We can also see the bending line, like a bride on top. It turns out to be practically the same. We knit using grandmother's stitches similarly. We just need to ensure the stitches do not twist. That is, if we slip in the right side without twisting, then in the wrong side, we knit through the front loop. If we slip twisting it as a knit stitch, then on the wrong side, we will knit it as a purl through the back loop. Now, we will knit a long, elongated stitch. We will slip it like a knit stitch. I will reach the middle of the row, knitting in knit stitches, and we will make a long slip stitch. To create a long slip stitch, we now insert the right needle from left to right. We wrap the working yarn around the right needle, clockwise. That is, we make yarn overs away from ourselves. I will make 4 yarn overs. You may do it at your discretion. Next we will place our wraps into our stitch, pulling towards ourselves, and we slip the stitch off the left needle. This is how we have made a long stitch. Next, we knit according to the pattern and will move to the wrong side. On the wrong side, we place the yarn in front of the work and the right needle. We slip our elongated stitch from right to left. We catch our stitch and slip off all these loops. All wraps go onto the right needle. We have formed a long stitch. The working yarn is in front of the work. Next, we knit regular classic purl stitches. We turn. In the wrong side, we will also slip without knitting. The yarn is in front of the work. In the next right side row, we will knit our elongated stitch as a classic knit, just like the other stitches. That is, depending on the number of wraps on the needle, we knit the corresponding number of rows. This is what a long elongated stitch looks like. This is the right side. And this is the wrong side. Let's repeat it once more. To create a short elongated loop, we simply slip it from the front without knitting, and from the back, we knit it as a regular purl stitch. If we repeat this for several rows, we will achieve a clear line of bend. The braid appears to be on top. From the back side, it looks like this. To create a long elongated loop, we wrap the right needle several times with the working yarn. The number of wraps on the right needle determines how many rows we will knit. When slipping, we simply do not knit our elongated loop, only in the last row. In this case, I made 4 wraps. In the 4th row, I knit this elongated loop as a knit stitch. This effectively secures my elongated loop. If we make 5 wraps, we knit 5 rows, just slipping our loop. Then in the 5th row, we knit it, securing our elongated loop. I think that is clear. If anyone does not understand, please ask questions or leave comments. Give likes, subscribe, and see you at new sessions.